Well, tonight, former President Trump's election interference case is now back in the hands of a judge who has left no doubt that she wanted to get to this trial underway before the election. Federal Judge Judge Chutkan must now decide what the Supreme Court's immunity ruling means for this case moving forward. It is now the only federal case against Trump after the classified documents case was dismissed by a Trump-appointed judge. Caitlin Polance is out front. So, Caitlin, the big question, will Judge Chutkan jumpstart this case?
Well, Pam, she is poised to, but she hasn't done anything yet. So today was the day that the Supreme Court formally told the lower courts of its opinion in this case and is giving their opinion down to the appeals court to hand back to Judge Chutkan. Only one court at a time is allowed to be handling the case. And so we had to wait for this procedurally to happen before Judge Chutkan could take things up again and move things closer to a trial. Now, we should be really clear, there is no trial on the calendar and no trial is expected at all before the election because there's so much work that's going to need to be done. In the coming days, we are expecting Judge Chutkan to say what she wants to do. She could ask both sides to come in and tell them what they think should happen next. And then we could be seeing deadlines, we could be seeing hearings, we could even be seeing things like witness testimony from Mike Pence or others who have some sort of things to say about the presidential immunity decision that the Supreme Court has made and about whether Donald Trump was working in some way in his official capacity as the president. So there's a lot of work to be done. This case isn't dead. It is going to be going forward, but there's much to be seen in the weeks ahead. Pam?
All right, Caitlin Polance, I know you will keep us updated on that. And out front now, Ryan Goodman, co-editor-in-chief of Just Security and former special counsel and the Defense Department. Ryan, thanks for coming on. So you just heard Caitlin kind of lay it a lot, that Judge Chutkan has a reputation for moving fast. I mean, that was something brought up, right, by the Supreme Court and its opinion on immunity. Realistically, do you think this case will ultimately go to trial, and if so, when?
So I think the only prospect of the case going to trial is sometime next year. So the when and if is dependent upon if Donald Trump is reelected. If he is, then the trial will basically stop, even though Justice Department has a rule that says an incumbent president is immune from any kind of criminal trial while they're president. So I think that's definitely off the table under that situation.
So even if there is no trial before the election, right, and it seems as though it's just not going to happen, there could still be a political impact if there's, say, an evidence hearing, right? Given the key evidence and witnesses that could come from it, do you expect that to happen?
That's the million-dollar question in a certain sense. The big decision point for Judge Chutkan and for the Department of Justice is, do they have an evidentiary hearing in which witnesses are brought in? And then those could indeed be people who the American public have not really heard from, like Mike Pence. Mike Pence did not testify before Congress and the January 6th committee. And there's a very good argument for the Justice Department to say this is what the Supreme Court called for, an evidentiary inquiry to try to look at their legal test and then apply it to the facts of the communications with Mike Pence. So there's every reason to expect that might happen, but Judge Chutkan could say, I want to just hear that on the papers. We don't need any hearings and we don't need witnesses.
And DOJ could say it looks too much like political interference before an election. I mean, there's all kinds of variables there.
Absolutely.
Ryan Goodman, thank you so much.
Thank you.